before we go on a break, because I realize we've been going for a bit now, is Genevieve Grant. So our last reader before the break.
Excellent. I'll try to give you something to think about while you're on your break. I just wanted to say really quickly how wonderful it is to have in this virtual age a book that I can touch that has such substance to it and smells. Have you all smelled your books? The smell of new ink, nothing like it. So thank you for putting me in this world for the very first time, Trevor and Iain and Stephen and all my fellow writers. I'm going to read you a little bit of, I've got two pieces in there. I'm going to read you a little bit of the first one and a bit of the second one because they are related. So this is from On the Way to Shalford, subtitled, You Never Really Get There. Waterbird that I am, I choose the route along the way from Guildford Station. When you call the trust to see what you can, they enunciate its status as navigation, not river nor canal, concomitantly confirming their possessive condescension. Home base is this town of hill, village high street climbing one side, climbing back to the river valley, other hill crested by the cathedral that leaks into university. Both offering places of worship, both worshipping the unseen, the certainly felt, powers beyond our control. But I go low, digging for gold sands, pretending to myself I've some sort of a clue. This is a game I'm used to. Every history hides its secrets. So often those secrets inform my own coordinates. The map of my mythology is buried in the holes into which we've stuck our heads. So every adventure carries in its lunchbox the assumption of an ignorance. It is unlikely to be corrected, except by happenstance of a fairy tale that trips on a tree root and stumbles into truth. Walking in this new territory, I am foreign mostly, except to the cows, to whom all humans I hope are equally so. And thus, in their company, I am as awkward a two-legged as the rest in their pastures. But back to the river. Every day I lean on the assurance of a bankside to direct the flow. Every night I flay my anxiety with images of collapsing canal walls, endless oceans greedy for the milk of fresh water from the land. You will always find a white person walking a dog. Their dog will sniff your boots, wag their tail. Whitey will do the same. The dog's cocktail of friendly fear is more palatable than Whitey's. And on we go. Soon enough, like the man who escaped humanity to live in the woods of Maine and raided Boy Scout cabins for food, I cease to have a name. The river and her forests don't know me, nor I them. How this landscape refers me to its golden hills for explanation, sends me to the water for a mirror, winks at me from danger weirs. Shalford carries on the conversation, introduces me to her cattle, and finally a narrowboat, moored still, evidence of human habitation, even of my own nomadic tendencies. Shalford has its village streets, stone walls, straight and wilting, rolling fields and gentle forests, allotments too, and the train station. There is one meadow that surprised me. I fell into it, out of sky dreaming. I'd started watching the treetops on the forest path when the leaves and needles pulled back to show me high blue, blue, blue. I floated my gaze down towards horizon, expecting, I guess, tall grasses, tributaries, maybe even another cow. I found instead aching swells of meadowsweet. It stopped me dead. A memory surged. I knew that scent had been teasing me towards grief in some secret pocket of my imagination, warning me in my forest walk of the inclement field of memory. So here, revealed, I could recognize the source, though still not the cause, of a subtle heaviness that was growing in my blood. This astonishing field, sweet and wet, belonged to another place. It belonged to me. And now I go quickly as I can on to another piece, which I have lost the page of. Just one second. Some of you will know all the references in this, and some of you won't. Meadow Stonebridge, twinned with Shalford. Here where meadowsweet drives me drunk, I forage memories. Probe a new one now. Recall suddenly the story given by Maggie and Steve, now retired, of N.B. Zignima. A woman jogging came knocking frantic on their boat. She had seen a man. He needed help. Steve was a once fireman. Maggie'd been a nurse. Off they ran to sea. The man has tried to hang himself. He dangles, still half alive, from a rope tied to a tree branch. Steve grabs him round the legs, lifts him up. Maggie calls emergency services. No one understands our natural geography. On the river, south of the circular, north of the lock, does not compute. When we call for help here, like escaped slaves in Baltimore, we spend more time explaining what we're asking for than those to whom the need for translation is foreign. Those who inhabit a more recognizable grid, those who close themselves to the effort of deciphering, they, the helpers, do not comprehend our habitat, or do not believe our calls for help, or do not expect to be helpful, or expect to, and so do, get easily lost here. He succeeded, the man who wanted to die. He won. Today I find the scar of rope on a tree branch, and the meadowsweet grown tall in the absence of the council's groundskeepers. Only the essential work gets done now. I am quarantined. I've been too far from home, because I had gone home so far away. Now I only walk free when the rest are ensconced. Quarantine. So many things that don't need to be done. The weeds grow wild, wrapping round our memories. In them you can more easily read the desire lines. She knocked on 6 other doors before she was answered, the woman shouting for help. Nobody else was home. Thank you.
Are you on a boat?
Yes.
It looks like a boat. Yeah, what kind?
It's a canal boat.
Canal boat, yeah.
Yeah. So there's the towpath with people walking by sometimes.
Yeah.
And there's the I'll show you. There's the river.
Yeah.
There's evidence, yeah. Just, yeah, that's what you're seeing.
Yeah.
I'm sitting quite high up, so there's the
I've got one, yeah.
tiny little.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Genevieve. And to all our first lot, let's just take